Next colligative property is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. To understand this osmotic pressure, let us recall what is osmosis. What is osmosis? The flow of solvent from solvent to solution or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. What is osmosis? The flow of solvent from solvent to solution or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution, that is known as osmosis. You all might be remembering this definition. Now we can take up any example of osmosis. Osmosis example, if you keep resins in water, it swells up. Dead bodies in river or pond swells up. That are all examples of osmosis. Now we'll discuss what is osmotic pressure. It is also a colligative property. So what is this osmotic pressure? The minimum pressure that has to be applied on the solution to stop this spontaneous flow of solvent from solvent to solution or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution, that is known as osmotic pressure. The minimum pressure that has to be applied on the solution to stop the flow of solvent from solvent to solution side or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. That pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Now you can tell in one line, osmotic pressure is minimum pressure applied on the solution to stop the process of osmosis. So, osmotic pressure, I hope all of you have followed. Minimum pressure applied that has to be applied on the solution to stop the spontaneous flow of solvent from solvent to solution or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. That is known as osmotic pressure. And this osmotic pressure you can represent by pi or E also. This osmotic pressure, I told you that it is also a colligative property. Colligative property means it depends upon number of particles of the solute in the solution. So this osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution. More will be the concentration of the solution, more will be the osmotic pressure. Now next, osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the temperature of the solution. It depends upon two factors. One is concentration, another is temperature. Now we can write two equations we got. So we can write osmotic pressure is directly proportional to C into product of concentration and temperature. Now to replace this proportionality constant, we can write pi is equal to, or osmotic pressure is equal to RCP. What is this R? R is constant of proportionality and its value is equal to the gas constant. We all know that gas, if the volume is given in liter, then what is the value of gas constant? 0.082 liter atmosphere. So this gas constant R is constant of proportionality and its value is same as the gas constant. Now through this formula you can calculate what? You can calculate the molecular mass of solid. See, we can write concentration is equal to number of molecules of solute per unit volume of the solution. For number of molecules, we can write WB by MB. Number of molecules means number of moles of solute per unit volume of the solution. For number of moles, we can write mass by molecular mass. Mass of solute by number of moles of solute. For number of moles of solute, we can write mass by molecular mass of solute. Usually we represent solute by B and solvent by A. So I have written B over here. Now number of moles of solute we have written WB by MB. Into B it will be. So we can write pi is equal to WB by MB into V into C into T. Into T. For C only we have written this now. WB by MB into V and into T. Into R. So we can write MB will be equal to WB into T into R by V into Y. So knowing other parameters, we can calculate the molecular mass of solute by putting the values of the other parameters of the solute. Plus some more things, that is hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution. Hypertonic solution. Isotonic solution. A solution which has less than 0.9% mass by volume. Solute concentration less than 0.9% mass by volume concentration, that is known as hypotonic solution. And what is hypertonic solution? If a solution is having more than 0.9% mass by volume concentration, then it is known as hypertonic solution. I hope it is clear. If a solution is having less than 0.9% mass by volume concentration, then that is known as hypotonic solution. And if a solution is having more than 0.9% mass by volume concentration, that is hypertonic solution. Next is isotonic solution. Two solutions having same osmotic pressure are known as isotonic solution. So I have discussed some more points: hypotonic solution, hypertonic solution and isotonic solution. Two solutions which are, if having same osmotic pressure, then that is known as isotonic solution. So if we keep two solutions and if you keep a semi-permeable membrane in between them, if both the solutions have same concentration at same temperature, then there will be no osmosis. So since they have same osmotic pressure. And if we keep hypotonic in one part and a hypertonic in another part, then flow of solvent will take place from hypotonic to hypertonic solution. Now next topic I will discuss, that is reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis. Osmosis. If the pressure rises in the solution side more than the osmotic pressure, what I am telling? That if pressure in the solution side is pressure applied in the solution side is more than the osmotic pressure, then the direction of flow of solvent changes. The solvent flows from solution to solvent or from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution, and this is known as reverse osmosis. What I am telling, that if the pressure applied on the solution side is more than the osmotic pressure, then the direction of flow of solvent changes. It flows from solution to solvent or from higher concentrated solution to lower concentrated solution. This is known as reverse osmosis. You can see this phenomenon in your schools also. Normally in school you will see that RO water is written. RO. So now you can understand that here for purification of water they are using reverse osmosis process. Next, for another very important application of reverse osmosis is desalination of seawater. Salination of seawater means to get salt from seawater, people are using the process of reverse osmosis.